Hello, what's going on, wonderful people?
We are back with another one. Today we're going to be talking about the quickness of God, or how quick God can move. And when we're talking about quickness, this is specifically talking about marriage. How quickly God can align you with your spouse. We have an example of ourselves. And I remember, babe, now that I'm saying this, I remember when people used to ask, maybe when we first got married and stuff, they would ask like, how did y'all get married and things like that. And when I would tell them like the timeline, or when they would hear the timeline, they're like, oh, y'all move quick. And it was like, I used to be like, we didn't move quick. We knew what we wanted. We knew what it was. We knew what was happening. So yeah, you could say move quick if you're out here trying to play, or you're not wanting to be married and all that.
I just used to say like, man, we wasn't about them games, no.
I just stopped sharing that, or I'm saying that because it made me stop sharing, or I feel like I should stop sharing that, because it I'm not gonna let people's thoughts and comments and things come in, but that's what made me like, I want to say almost like not bury it, but I'm not gonna say that part.
I mean,
that's not okay, because I wasn't ashamed of nothing, but I just was like, let me stop, or I don't have to share that.
You know what? Like I can agree with like how you feel, and felt. Yeah, I can agree with how you felt, and I know when people ask me, like actually when dudes ask me whatever, they was like, dang man, you move fast or whatever. Like, she forced you, she pushed it up on you or whatever. I'm like, no, because we ain't had time to be playing games, I'm out here in these streets, you know what I'm saying, dating.
I was being
over here wasting dinner money and all that,
Yeah, so
McDonald's, Burger King. No, I'm shut up. But no, it was just like.
So I went from not sharing, or just, I wasn't caring, but it was like me not sharing, to starting to feel like I needed to, like, what is it? I started feeling like I needed to take up for my marriages. I don't know. It just it made me feel away.
Like
so then I started telling people the truth. Like, no, I was serious about God. I was serious about being married, and it happened.
Yeah.
I remember somebody even asking me, "What did you do to get him to marry you?" And it was like the way they, asked, because they was like, that was quick. Like, I guess examining the time frame they had been with someone versus the quickness of God with us, it was like.
And the answer to that was, he know if he want to marry you right off of first sight, right?
So when the person said that, what did you do to get him to marry you? It was almost like, what kind of something, what did you conjure up? And I was like, I didn't do anything. I was serious on our first, I told him I was serious on our first date, as well as he was serious about what was going on, what we were looking for,
conjure up.
That's what I said. That's how they made it seem like I conjured up some type of
what
magic, some type of witchcraft. That is what it felt like. Like, how did you get him to marry you?
That voodoo? No.
Yeah, that's what it made me feel like. Because it was the way they said it. And then it was too like, and what are you saying about me? Like, to say that like that,
right.
What did
like
you do?
You saying like it's not me, like it's not what I brought to the table.
Right. That's why I was like, well, what I did was serious on our date. We let it all out. We talked about what it was, what we were looking for, what was going to happen, and we just, from day one, it was serious, straightforward. And he was going to either walk or stay, and the same for me. That's what I did. And they were just sitting there quiet, like, I guess they was looking for a recipe. I don't know. I know too, the quietness was the reflection of, like I said, I've been with this person for 10 plus years, and you got married in months. So with that being said, with us, when we say God moves quick and he'll move with the quickness, for us, my journey, or our journey, was that I started my walk with Christ. I got serious with God He revealed to me that I was someone's wife, or I was a wife. And from there, I panicked. And I was like, what do I need to do to get myself together? Because he can't see me like this, or I know I'm a mess. And even though I felt like I was a mess, God was saying like, yeah, you a mess, but we gonna get you together a little more before, like, I'm gonna prepare you enough, because I was not perfect when we came to this marriage. My husband was not perfect either. So he prepared me enough for us to meet. So within the time frame of me getting saved, starting my walk with Christ, I was married to my husband 2 years later. From the time frame of when I felt like I was somewhat prepared to be a wife, me and my husband were married within a year, if that makes sense. So to me, that's fast. It's fast because, you know, when you date, I told my husband we was dating, I said, you got 2 years and I'm gonna open my options back up. We should date other people at that point, you know, because after 2 years, if something is not right or something, it must not be it. So we should open up our options. So that's why I say within a year of me saying, okay, maybe I am prepared, or I feel better about this, I was married within that next year. It might not have even been a year. So you want to tell a little your back, or are you good?
No,
Like
yeah,
a quick one.
You know, chop mine up, huh?
Mine was long. All I said was within. That wasn't long.
Yeah, I'll take the little short end of the straw.
You know how you be. Go ahead.
All right, so how I be? No.
Let's leading up to, because then I'm gonna get into.
Okay, so my walk with Christ was, you know, it was the conversations at night, what I need, what I want, and what I surrender over to Him. And also it goes back in 2007, 2008 year when I wrote the letter explaining to God, you know what I'm saying, what do I need in my life? Not want, what do I need in my life? And her and my oldest son was part of that. So with that being said, like,
you said in
2007 going to 2008 New Year's. Because we
were a part of what you wrote?
Yeah, it was a part of what I wrote. So when I was going through that from 2008 to 2012, whatever, I was pretty much going through ups and downs or whatever. I was still having this relationship with God, but I wasn't doing right by Him, and I wasn't doing right by myself, and then also right by my wife. So that's how come it took a long time for us to meet.
Right.
And you know, being hard-headed, over here chasing whatever, things like that. And then one day, you know, that day when I just got tired, restless, exhausted, and I was like, okay, I just need that one. And then boom, look over to my right, said what I said, and then it was just like everything changed from there.
So when was that? When you said I need that one, what time frame? From that to when we got married, what was the time frame?
It was like,
I'm trying to give him a time.
It was before. It was like, I said like 2 months before.
That's crazy.
Like before, I saw you at Walmart.
Okay,
It
so
was
you
2 months,
see that?
yeah, before I saw you at Walmart or whatever.
Right.
And it was just like I was tired, and I just really I just stopped dating. I stopped talking to women. I was just like, let me focus on, you know what I'm saying, making this money, getting myself together so far as mentally, physically.
Ooh, child.
And, you know.
I just had a flashback when you said that.
And that's what I did, so.
Just had a flashback. Let me get myself together. I'm not even about to get into that because that was wild. But because you were dating when we got to you know what I'm talking about? No, you know what I'm talking about. I'm saying when we met, you were dating though. You were dating 2 other people.
No,
okay.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Okay, when we got together or when we started dating, I was dating. You were dating too.
Oh,
I don't know what
okay, I'm sorry.
About.
Yeah, I was dating. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I was dating.
But so you say
I'm sorry, I lied.
cut that
Forgive
out.
me.
You didn't lie. You just didn't remember.
No,
so from the time when you say, okay, let me get serious about this, it was 2 months later you met me. See how quick God moved? And then from the time that I
saw you, not met.
Saw me. And from the time that, mind you guys, like, it's a lot because he moved to our moving. We need to tell our story on here, I guess. So you moved to Arizona
in 2012.
In 2012. When did we meet? 2013?
Mm-hmm.
I moved to Georgia in 2012. So we both left Michigan. We're both from Michigan, right? He left Michigan, went to Arizona, or Texas, then went to Arizona. I left Michigan, went to Georgia, was there for 8 months, moved to Arizona. And then that's when we met. So that could be too why that time frame was, who knows. But from the time that I moved or was living in Arizona, I think a month later is when I saw you. That's when I went to go work at the store and I saw you. So, do you all see how quick God moves? In the midst of getting ourselves together or getting the seriousness as much as possible. And then God said, okay, it's time. So from the time that we started dating until the time we got engaged was 7 months.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 7 months.
And then the time from being engaged to married was 2 months later. So at 9 months we were married.
But you got pregnant what?
I don't know when I got pregnant. I was pregnant when we got married.
What's that like?
I was pregnant when we got married. So yes, we did do some things that was not in alignment with the way God intended it for it to be, right? But that's where I guess grace and mercy come in, right? But we still knew. So what I'm saying is, no, it wasn't perfect, but we still followed through with what we knew. We knew we were going to be married.
Yeah.
We knew we wasn't about to take a long time to get married, all of that. So we still got it together, and God still honored the union. That's what I got
from that was like, he still forgave us for what we did before then. And, his purpose still was fulfilled. His purpose still was fulfilled.
And if there was consequences or
if it was consequences,
we had that for sure.
We definitely experienced that. So and understand, and now with me, I can say for myself now, like I understand that now. Like I see.
Yeah, like the things that may have not been going right and stuff. It was because of I believe it came from that because we didn't do the order. That part of the order we didn't, or that part we didn't do, right? From the time of dating, we were married within 7 months. We were engaged in 7 months and married in 9 months. So that was less than a year. When you hearing people say how quick it was, I pray that's encouragement to you. And I pray it's encouragement in a way of, if you feel like time is passing you by or it's been so long or you've been waiting, look into seeing what the holdup is. Ask God, like, God, why am I still waiting? Can you tell me what I'm doing? That's what I would ask. Can you tell me what I'm doing as to why I'm still waiting?
And I would say, sorry, baby,
because there's always work to be done. That's the point of what I'm saying. There's always something needing to be done.
I would say before doing this, make sure you fast. I would say fast. No, for real, because that's the only way you're going to have a clear.
No.
You're going to have a clear.
I'm living a fasted life now. I wasn't before.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I'm just saying just to have a clear
way.
A way fast. Like clear way fast. And
I agree that fasting.
I'm saying this because like fasting, like.
But fasting is not the answer.
But I know fasting is not the answer. But what I'm saying is that it helps. It helps promote the.
I understand that.
The answer.
Excuse me, because you're right. I just didn't want it to come off like if you looking, you need answers. Because but don't fast to just get answers.
Get answers, right? You fast to we know that,
okay.
But I'm just saying.
Okay. So excuse all that. Excuse all that. A way of getting clarity, fast. Yeah, because if you're feeling like, why am I waiting? Fast and ask that, and you're waiting. God, what is it that I'm still waiting on? Or why is there a wait? What's going on? And I would say look to it being something that is with you. You maybe need to work on your physical appearance. Maybe you need to work on your healing for yourself. Maybe you need to work on your gifts, like what you have to offer. Are you moving in what your gifts are, your talents? Are you moving in that? When there's a weight, ask God, or see why by asking. Change up your prayer. Don't think it's a delay. It's just something that, like I said before, if you got this, and this is what's coming up to me right now, if you got this bad attitude and craziness going on, because that's what I felt like was going on with me. I knew I needed to be healed from brokenheartedness. I knew I needed to be healed from like my attitude and things like that. So that's what I immediately was like, I know, God, I'm a mess. I need you to work, because I knew that I couldn't come into this with all this baggage and weight, acting as if my husband was the one that did this, or, you know.
Yeah.
And I knew that wasn't right, and I knew that that's embarrassing. I felt the embarrassment in advance if I was to go in it like that. So.
And then fellas, and you gotta understand, like, for real, like, if you in a relationship and you haven't you haven't proposed, or you haven't even had a thought up in your head, you gotta think like this: who would you rather be with? Who would you rather be with alone on your last day by yourself? And if it's not your girlfriend, you're not ready. She's not your wife.
I would say she ain't your
I would
wife.
say that. And I'm saying that because, like, that's how I felt. Like, when she sat up here and gave me an ultimatum, like, listen, you should date other people, I'm going to date other people, and then swing back around, that's when it was like, oh, I need to stop the BS, because I'm playing games. You see that? I said,
ultimatum.
it wasn't really an ultimatum, but it was, put it like this.
I was being honest.
She was being honest. I took it as an ultimatum, and also I took it as a straight up kick in the butt. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying this because, like, there's a lot of guys out here just over here just lagging around playing, and they don't understand that they are tricking, they are manipulating the woman that they with, and that woman is just holding on so strong, and she's showing how much I love this man so much. Oh, I love this man so much. But ladies, I'm here to tell you, if that man loved you as much as you love him, he would say, hey, will you marry me?
I'm going to tell you, you better love God much
more.
Yep. You better love God much more.
But again, I'm saying this just speaking as a brother in Christ. You know, I'm not here sitting here taking shots or anything at any guys, whatever. But I mean, if it hurt, boom, gut check. But for real, like, we got to stop the games. We got to stop playing. Again, I said this before. If we can go inside a store, we know what type of Jordans we want to go get, and we can get them just like that. We should be able to sit up here and find our wife, find our future wife, and be like, ooh, wow, I'm going to marry her. I'm going to marry you. And I heard stories where guys sat up here and said, like, you know what? I'm going to marry you. And they just on the first date.
Yeah.
And that's how you know for sure. That's how you know for a fact it can happen. It don't take long. It don't take long. Even if it's a story to where, like, I heard stories where a guy was going back every day, seeing the same woman, getting her coffee, sparking up little conversations, and then turn around, ask her on a coffee date. And then after she said, like, maybe a couple of words, he just said, like, you know what, we gonna get married. And then she, boy, you crazy. And then come to find out, they end up separating, going off to college, things like that. He went to the army. Okay. And then boom, right back. They're together, and he would say, okay, and right then and there in a heartbeat. So we gonna get married or what? You single, I'm single, so we just go ahead and get married, right?
See, and I like how this kind of shifted to that, the quickness, because that is a quickness too. You know, a man knows if you his wife or not.
Right.
All the coddling, all the well, give him time. Yes, be patient, but that time, I'm gonna be patient. That time
run out.
Time, yeah.
And we ain't about to do no. If y'all been together for 10 years, y'all married, nah. That man need to get down on the knees, and he need to have that ring, and he need to look at you in your eye and express how much he love you, God, and how much he want to be with you and God, and take that covenant at the altar in front of God, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and y'all become one.
And I want to say too, if there's an issue, because 10 years, that there's an issue, if there's an issue with commitment, like him committing, that still calls for you to let him go so he can get that together. I feel like if he has an issue with committing, because a relationship is a relationship and it's not, I don't know, it's partial commitment, because marriage is the commitment. Marriage is what the goal is. So to be in a relationship all those years like that, there's an issue with commitment, or there may be some generational bloodline stuff going on that's hindering, that's hindering. That's on whoever, maybe you or him, maybe you or her. Because if the committing is not an issue, or it's like, no, that's not the issue, but you're just still not married.
Right.
There's something going on.
There's something.
It's spiritual. Listen, y'all, we get into the spiritual, but
and you know, and it's funny, and I just want to bring this up real quick. Like, I could say this because I know my aunt, she was with this guy for over 10 years, and she kept asking him, when we go get married, he kept saying common law. So she was like, no. She was like, no, I don't want no common law. So what my auntie did, over 10 years of being together, she said, okay, you got to go. And they separated.
Yeah,
and he left, and they was gone. And she sat up here and said she never been more happier in her life. And then she said, I don't feel like those years was wasted because it taught me a lot about myself and who I am as a woman. And I was just like, okay, auntie, I see you out here.
And see that could have, I'm proud of you for that. And that could have been avoided earlier on because he kept saying common law. So he was telling you or saying, I'm good.
And then the kids was saying the same thing. Like, I thought y'all was married. Like, my cousin was like, I thought y'all was married. I was like, bro, I knew that. But not to put all jokes aside, but that's what it has to come down to. Like, I say this because I don't want any woman to feel like, I'm wasting years. No, you haven't wasted years. You haven't wasted years. What you did, you gained knowledge, you gained patience, you gained love, you gained understanding of you, and
understanding what you don't want.
Yeah, and you gained a lot. And and if you have kids with that person, look at your babies. You know what I'm saying? Look at your babies. You know,
that's a game.
That's a game right there.
God will move with the quickness.
Yes, He will. Yes, He will. And fellas, stop playing games.
Not our quickness, what we want. His quickness. But God will move with the quickness. Just make sure that we are aligned to His will, to what He is instructing us to do. Because that's another thing I wanted to say about when you are dating. Don't forget about God. Once you start dating, still have Him in it, because He'll let you know, nope, that's not it.
Nope,
that's
cut
not
it off real quick.
No, you know, those things. And that'll be another video.
We talked about.
But yeah, we just wanted to make this video to encourage you all, and that when you see people, all these testimonies of people like, yep, it was quick, we moved quick, and they still lasting, understand that it was the seriousness behind it.
It was the seriousness, and then they put God first.
We pray this video is helpful, it's encouraging, and that we will see you guys on the next one. Bye.